Hello, hello. Welcome back to our little world in Wurm Unlimited. I have been waiting several hours for it to start getting daylight. I didn't want to bring you back into a dark world, but it's starting to light up some. I just spent my time sitting here waiting, and uh, I did watch Game Edge. He did a thing on a Trader's Life simulator. I was laughing so hard I had tears in my eyes. I love that game. I really do. If you haven't seen it, I do have a series going on it, and it is hilarious. Let's examine our field. I haven't looked to see. Let's see. Patch of freshly sown field. The crops grow steadily, so it doesn't need to be tended yet. So we're good there. I am going to try to start our mine today. The bad thing about this game is you cannot skip nights, and the nights are long. They don't whiz through like most games do, and there's no way to sleep it away. You can sleep in the game, but the only thing it is used for is to save and exit the game. And it'll give you a sleep bonus that you can use. That'll give you a little bonus in your crafting and things like that. So you just sit and wait. But normally you get a little bit further in the game, you're going to be doing stuff all night anyway. And a lot of times I spend most of the night, or I would have spent most of the night working, digging up and trying to get the mine started, but I didn't want to make it too awfully dark for you because it does get dark. So we're going to go over here. What have we got over here? I got an old horse, an aged brown cow. Looks like we're getting a congregation over there. I need to put up some fencing and start collecting animals because I do want a couple to pull my cart when I get it made. And I would like to have one to ride once in a while. Let's see if we can figure out exactly where. It's still awfully dark, especially down in that valley. Another horse. All right, I'm jumpy. Even though I have the dangerous creatures turned off, there still will be some. And it would not be unusual to run into one, especially when it's dark like this and you can't really see, but you can tell the sun's coming up. Won't be long. It'll be light enough where I can show you a little bit on how to dig into the mine. I know the last time I did it, you guys missed it because I messed up the video. So hopefully this time you'll get to see some of it. I'm not going to make you sit through all of it because it's a long, tedious process. It's just a lot of digging. You do not level or flatten your ground to do this because you're trying to dig down to rock and you're trying to keep your slopes as shallow as possible so you can climb up and down them without getting stuck. Because if you do get stuck, then you're kind of in trouble. And I know I want to build a mine on this mountain. Last time we built it right in there. and I had a heck of a time trying to build a road down from it. So I'm hoping I can find a little bit better spot, maybe up in here, and just kind of put my road down this way and then come back up this way. Anyhow, that's what I'm hoping. Depends on how steep that slope is. Just wait till it gets just a little bit lighter. I haven't heard any call yet saying I need to tend the field, but I know just as soon as I get busy doing something, I will have to, it'll sound, and then I'll have to drop what I'm doing and run over and tend it. If you don't take care of your field, you won't get as much produce from it, and we want as much as we can get since we have so little. But we've got to make sure that we're above the water line right there. And this valley is pretty deep. So we're going to have to go at least up this far. So I'm thinking maybe over here. It looks like just slope isn't too awful bad. Let's go over here and take a look. Since it's getting lighter, maybe we can see. As high as my skill is, I should be able to tell. There's a nice gentle slope here that would make a nice road up. We just have to, we may have to come off this way with the road and then come back and then back up maybe. I don't know. Or maybe where we were is the best place to put it. I'm just looking for alternatives. Let's go over here and see how steep this is. I know we're not going to be able to get too awful high, but we can try. Let's see how far up we can go before we start slipping and sliding back. Yeah, we're starting to struggle. That fountain is a source fountain. It has to do with Valerie and stuff like that, so I'm not really worried about it. Okay. Will we be able to get up here? Yes, we are. And it looks like we're going to end up right back where we had it before. Maybe not quite. I think last time I was up there. Well, no, I guess I wasn't. I guess I was over here. But that looks like that's going to be the best place. We'll be right in here. And we will start cutting into the mountain there. And then we've got all this over here. As you can see, we're above the water level. I could start right here. But I think I want to be a little bit higher, because I want to have a little bit of level ground outside to place things, put my cart, different things like that. But it looks like this here is going to be it. let's look at the size of the slopes. That's 23 up, and that's 24 up. Well, I was sure hoping to be able to get over in there. But it doesn't look like we're going to. I could go higher, you know, make my mine up here if I wanted to. But I think right in here will possibly be the best. 27 slopes up. That looks like that's going to be about the best spot to put it. Or we could come down here. This is a little bit flatter. And just put our mine here. And as you can tell, it's not exactly, it's going to point basically off that way, which will make the road, yeah, make the road easier, I guess. And what's this? 10 up, 11 up, yeah. Why don't we just start here? So first thing I want to do is I want to repair all my tools, which I haven't done. You just right click, go down to repair. Let's do the carving knife, repair, steel and flint, repair, and let's repair our shovel because we're going to be using that. Alright, let's activate the shovel. There we go. And I am going to pick one corner. I'm going to go up here to the corner. And I'm going to look down until I can see my feet or my body. Just like that. And I'm going to right click and hit dig. And I'm going to start digging in a corner. You'll dig up one piece of dirt. It was 10, now it's down to 9. So I'm going to dig 3 times here. Okay, and as you see, I'm getting dirt in my inventory. Let's go over here, the other side. This corner. And this corner is 11 up. So I'm going to dig again 3 times. I'm going to do that in each corner. And I will keep doing that until I hit rock. You just want to keep your feet inside the tile. And another thing I think you can do is pack the dirt. And I think the packed dirt stays there, but we'll test it and make sure. If it is, it's going to make it a lot easier digging, because that way you can tell which tile you're digging on. Because if you leave the tile to drop the dirt, which you'll have to do, sometimes you have a hard time finding your the tile you're digging on again. But as you can see, the packed dirt is still there, so that will help quite a bit. Okay. And what I am going to do is I am going to go down here, off of that tile I'm working on. I am going to find my dirt. I'm going to right click on it, and I'm going to drop as a pile. I don't want to drop it on the ground, because that'll just raise the dirt up. I want to drop it as a pile. And that's what I get, a pile of dirt. Alright, now that we can move again a little bit, we'll go back up in this corner. And we will just keep digging 3 at a time until we hit dirt. I didn't want to track, I want to dig. To track, you can use that to track somebody that's stolen things from you. You can track animals. Okay, that one's down to 6 slopes. And that's what you do. You just keep digging. Let's get back up in this corner. Make sure your feet are still in the tile. A lot of people say to dig there, but to me that's confusing. I have found the easiest way to keep track is just to find the corner of the tile and dig there. Okay, that's 8 slopes down. Let's go down to this one again. And as long as you only do a few in each corner at a time, your slope ought to be manageable. And one more. Back over to this corner. And another thing you can do, if you really want to, is double click on the tile. You can go up here and use these. I mean, you can track, dig, flatten, cultivate, and investigate. But, you know, and if you can, to save a little time, you can go dig, dig, dig. And it will dig again after it's done. That was only twice. Let's dig one more time. Alright. You can do that, but I really prefer, when I'm doing a mine, to just right click and dig, because it's so easy to make a mistake. It really is. And then it takes forever to straighten it up. But as long as you see your feet and you can see that you're inside the tile, then you're in good shape. Dig into that again. 7 slopes down. I don't know how far down it will be. We will hit rock up here before we do on the lower tile, just because the upper tile is going up to the mountain. So we should hit rock up here before we do in the bottom part. Okay. Back down at the bottom again. And it's almost time to get rid of some more dirt. I enjoy doing this. I really do. To me, there's just something relaxing about it. Okay, 11 slopes down on there. Use D to kind of move sideways. A to move the other direction. Hold down your left mouse button to scroll around. As you can see, my foot is out of the box, so I'm going to move back just a little bit. There we go. It doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, you could be a little bit further back. I mean, you don't have to be pointing directly at the triangle part of the square. I'm going to dig one more out of this one. Alright, now I'm going to walk, see my slopes going up. We're up to 3 slopes there and 2 slopes there. So you want to keep a track of how big that slope is going to be, because you don't want to be stuck down there. So I right click, I go to open, and then I can just drag this dirt over into the pile. You can fit 100 pieces of dirt into one pile. So I've got 53 in there now. Alright, let's go back up the top. Dig some more. Okay, that one's 8 down. Move over a little bit. Move back just a little bit. See, I'm a little back further, but that's okay. Long. If you dig in the middle, it's going to dig a hole. So be careful where you dig. Make sure your slope and everything is still going down. Let's go down to here. I know this is boring, but it's part of the game. And I would rather show you how to do it and how involved it is so you'll know. Okay, let's go over to this corner. Up too far. There we go. Keep going, Biddy. Let's check our slope while we're here. Now it's 6 slopes down instead of 3. And it's 5. As you can see, it's getting bigger. But like I say, I want to be above that water. We'll see how well we have done with that once we break through. Depends on how far down the rock is. Hopefully, I'm far enough up to where that's not going to hurt. I sure don't want water in my cave. And here we go again. Kind of like watching paint dry, isn't it? But it's pretty exciting when you finally hit rock. And sometimes you don't have to go down very far, and other times you really have to dig a long ways. Let's get this one and be time to dump some more dirt. Sometimes if you just barely tap your key, it'll move you just a tiny bit. Just enough to put you where you want to be. Okay. That is 8. That one is 9. Next time I'm going to have to come up here and do a little digging up here at the top to bring it down just a little bit so it'll be easier to get out of. I'm up to 77 dirt in this. And back down to the hole we go. I'm just hoping we're high enough up. We don't have very much further to go. It takes longer to position yourself than it does to dig. But it will all be worth it in the end. It really will. But doing just a little bit at a time like this, like I said, does give you more control over what kind of slopes you're creating. And we're trying to keep it as even as possible. I mean, the slope wasn't even to begin with, but at least the sides of the slope isn't getting away from us. If you dig a whole bunch in one corner and then move to another, you're going to end up with too high a slope, and we're trying to avoid using our climbing toggle down here. Because all that does is use up stamina. And back to the top again. And you can tell by looking at it that the right side is higher than the left side, but that's not really going to matter. Your cave entrance is going to be a little off anyway. It's not going to be perfectly even. No matter how much you try, it's always going to be tilted or turned or whatever. And I just got an achievement skill. I'm a skilled digger. And let's repair our shovel that I completely forgot about. I had two damage on it, which I shouldn't have let it get that bad. So don't be like me. Keep an eye on your damage and keep it repaired. Because it will wear your shovel out fast. Alright, let's check our slope again. Oh yeah. It's really getting up there now. Over to this corner. And sometimes it's hard to see that little square or the lines. You just have to look for that purplish blue border around it, and sometimes it's hard to see. Okay, looks like the timer has gone. I will keep digging at this, and the next time we come in, I'm not going to start getting into the dirt or into the rock. Once I find rock, I will stop, because I want you here to see the rest of it. I'm not going to leave you hanging, especially after you sat here and watched me dig holes for the last 35 minutes. I'm going to get this one more corner over here. And then we're going to call the video. Oop, too far. 3 more digs. Okay. Now, as you can see, we're getting pretty high here. I may have to dig down in this corner and this corner while I'm digging down, just to keep my slope manageable. But what I am, hopefully all I'm going to do without you is just dig on those 4 corners like I've been doing. There's our 100 in that pile, so I'm going to have to start another pile. But all I'm going to do is just dig on this tile until I hit rock, and then I will stop. I think I'm still high enough. We'll find out. Anyway, if you liked the video, just hit that thumbs up for me. If you didn't like it, it's okay to hit that thumbs down. But please, please, in the comments, let me know what you didn't like about it. Things that I can, that's the only way I'm going to know how to improve. I'm new at this, and I'm still learning. So the more input I get from you guys, the more I like it. If you did like the video, leave me a comment. Tell me what you liked about it. I love hearing from people. I do answer every comment, and not just click on a generic answer. I do personally answer every comment. Subscribe if you want to see more. Watch this old lady make a fool of herself sometimes. Because I have forgotten more in this game than I can remember, so I'm kind of remembering as I go along. You can hit that notification bell, find out when the next video pops up. Be sure and look down in my description. There's a list of other content creators that are doing some fantastic videos on other games you might be interested in. Excuse me. But that's how I'm going to leave you. Everybody have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.